Since 2019, XQC has been one of the biggest streamers in the world, with over 12 million followers on Twitch, and recently signing a deal with Kick for $100 million. Over the past year, however, XQC has been in various legal battles with ex-girlfriend Adept, who has tried to take everything from him.
Why is no one saying this? You got the biggest streamer in the goddamn world being accused of SA in a look, this is straight from the police department.
His family, his car, his money, and even tried to take his career.
It's just been a nightmare. Like, everything. An absolute nightmare.
Today we will go over exactly what went down in the saga of Adept vs XQC. It all started in 2019 when Adept and XQC started dating. It isn't really known exactly when they started dating because they had an ongoing joke that they were just roommates, until finally being confirmed on Adept's stream.
14 versus a queen.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I have to hit here.
Scare the shit out of me.
Fuck it. Give me something good. Oh, okay. That's how you do it.
From 2019 to 2022, they would break up and get back together a couple of times until officially breaking it off for good on September 15th of 2022.
Then it wasn't working out with Sammy because it was like a brawl, and then it was just like the disaster. It was just like a chaos.
XQC went on stream to vaguely explain the situation to his stream.
Like, I had to make a choice. I was cornered into choosing between family and Sammy, and unfortunately what happened is that I kind of just chose family.
Which immediately led fans to speculate what he was actually talking about, and this is why. XQC had feared for his life and for his health due to various reasons. So as a precaution, he set up a will to divide his assets if the worst were to come. However, this will in turn divided him, his family, and Adept, as X had left his assets and money to his family and Adept with nothing.
If I check out, or like I want people to get stuff, and that person was not on the will, and then it was like at a moment where I'm like really vulnerable at my kind of lowest, like it's kind of like oh wow, like I'm so scared. I'm writing a will down, hearing him just say like, okay, then if that happens, then what do I get?
Keep in mind, this was a speculative will in case of the worst, and thankfully X is obviously still around. A few weeks following XQC's explanation, it was discovered that after the breakup, Adept had taken control of and had basically stolen XQC's Mclaren, which he had bought and paid in full a few months prior.
Whoa!
Jack is up. Jack is up.
Okay, they're all dead.
Yeah. Guys, I look at stream a lot, okay? Dude, I hate it when shit happens when I'm on stream. I hate it. I know what to do. I know what to do. When I'm off stream, I'm molding. I hate being off stream. I like being on stream. Shit like this, I don't know what to do.
Some of you may be asking how she could do this. Well, unfortunately, XQC didn't have a license. So in order for him to purchase said car, he had to register the ownership in someone else's name. And as you can probably guess, that person was Adept. Despite her not contributing any money to paying for the car, it was in her name, so when they split, she technically owned the car and leveraged that against XQC, taking control of the $300,000 Mclaren 720S. To make matters worse, she was using the car to bait him into talking to her about their relationship, and for an even worse reason we will get into later.
Last time I checked, some bird had told me in the past multiple times things like you do own it. I'm dropping it off. The papers, the title, keys, everything. And where was it? It's almost like it was used in manipulative tactics and control tactics.
Though he had enough claim to fight for his car, this is when XQC would make it known he was done with her, as rather than fighting for ownership, he would accept his loss, hoping to be done with her for good, but it was truly just the beginning. The biggest and most confusing news to people would arise soon after the Mclaren situation. Adept was filing for a divorce against XQC. Now let me explain. There is something called common law marriage, which simplified is basically being legally married without a wedding or proposal. Adept argued that they met the legal requirements for common law marriage, hoping to attain 50% of XQC's net worth.
I've been trying to tell the truth for a long time. This is my wedding ring. That's a truthful statement. I didn't purchase it for myself. That's a truthful statement. This wedding ring was purchased on May 8th, I think we said, right? Wasn't that the day of the receipt? And I didn't buy it. That's a truthful statement.
Simply put, Adept was after X's money, no question about it, though X shut down the accusation of them being married at all.
I am not married. I was never married.
This is when details regarding XQC and Adept became hard to come by, as in the documents was stated that XQC was prohibited about talking about their relationship and the court cases on stream. XQC was already someone who liked to keep his personal life vague to his community, but now he was being locked out of saying anything at all. An investigator turned streamer, Henry Resilient, has gone over every detail of XQC vs Adept court cases. So if you're interested in getting the entire story behind this divorce case, check out his playlist in the description. Obviously, this was a massive blow for XQC, and this court case would linger over him for the next 6 months, now at risk of losing half of everything he had worked for. However, XQC did eventually win this divorce case.
There has been a little bit of a pause and be like, hey man, we could settle. We could settle this, we could settle that, we could settle this, we could settle that. You can pay us this, you can pay us that, for this or this and that. I hope that for the past and for now and for later, that'll be my response. You can settle on this. You can settle on that.
Meaning he did not have to give her anything, but that wouldn't be the end. Though XQC had won the battle of divorce, Adept was still at war. Few months later, Adept would accuse XQC of SA, asking for millions of dollars to drop the case, so it must be real, right?
In all of my relations, whether it's with friends, whether it's with girls, I have never been a singular incident physically abusive a singular time. It has never happened, and there'll be nothing about that ever anywhere that has not happened. It is not funny, okay?
However, this would all stem from a story Adept had heard from X's current girlfriend at the time, Fran, another Twitch streamer.
Okay, normally, we get like 2 or 3 night terrors a night. That night, he had 7. And in between the night terrors, he grabs my butt and I was like, oh shit, like we initiating sexy time. And then I realized, I was like, I don't think he's awake. I'm not in the mood. I say no. And even in his sleep, he was like, okay, I'm sorry. And then he like rolls over and goes back to sleep. That is the sexual night terror. Like, what the fuck?
People did not like that. Her plan was to scare X into giving her money because anyone in the world knows that even the threat of SA can lose you your entire career.
We were asked for a sizable amount of millions of dollars for it to go away. The story was presented in a way that made my stomach turn, literally.
But it seemed the only one losing anything was Adept. However, once again, the case had no claim, and the judge ruled there was no substantial evidence to prove anything, and XQC was once again off the hook.
The conclusion was, at the end, that it did not meet none of the claims met the burden of proof, I think, on the civil code or the criminal code, and that a protective order against me would not be granted.
After all other methods failed to earn her a dime, in one final attempt for Adept to ruin XQC's life, 2 weeks ago, Adept went on stream and tried to expose a bunch of messages and information she illegally obtained from X's phone while he was sleeping.
It looked like from afar, which is about a couple centimeters out of my face, like the pictures were taking, like in a phone way, from phone to screen, right? And there's fucking 700 of them.
Why are these so hard to find? It's because I'm so crazy and I have so many screenshots, over 700. How can you know that? It's all right here in the messages. It's all in their messages. She's cracking. She can't handle being done with you. She's vindictive, weak-minded, a little person. I mean, really though. No aspirations, no goals, no core values. And I know all the juicers are like, lol, true, bro, true. That's fine.
It's a major fucking breach to have private logs, and especially private individuals' information aired out live against everybody's consent is fucking wilderness.
She claimed to have over 1,500 screenshots she had taken of private messages on her phone, incriminating herself in front of thousands of people online. The messages indicate that XQC paid one of his Twitch moderators for, when in reality, he had only paid for her flight, and X claims Adept knew this.
This is literally my phone. This is my phone opened. Do you think that I, in my right mind, would ever, under any circumstances, let somebody take a picture of my phone open like that? Well, no, because if somebody wanted a picture of my phone, I could just screenshot it and send them to you.
It was all a scheme to make him look bad, and this played out about as expected. All she did was confirm that since their breakup, X had been out here getting some, while she was getting her account banned, which is where it remains to this day. XQC won both legal suits, keeping what he has, and Adept lost her Twitch account and gained a car she can't afford. To which I say, everything worked out. All jokes aside, you have to feel for XQC here. Everything that occurred to X came from a will he created because he was in fear for his life, and ultimately it became the burden that turned his life into what it has been for the last year. He lost his car, he lost his house, and he lost the love of his life at the time. And while he may be thankful it's all over now, in his own words, there are no winners in this situation, only ones that lost more.
Some problems and some things don't have a winner. Some things just, there's no winning. Once you're into that realm, it's a loss across the board. So even though you win, there's no prize. Even if you were to win, there's no prize. The whole thing is a loss. It's just trash.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.